44 calories per cookie. The soft and chewy cookies like the Chips Ahoy ones, you know, packaged, you know what I'm talking about.
I feel like this is as close as you can get having a protein chocolate chip cookie taste like an actual chocolate chip cookie.
This recipe is not only stupid simple to make, but it is the closest thing you will get to an actual chocolate chip cookie without all those dang calories.
1, they're more soft baked than anything else. 2, they're extremely filling. 3, they aren't dry at all. And 4, of course, they're absolutely delicious.
I hope you're ready for this delicious coconut chocolate chip cookie recipe. They're so delicious.
As far as like the flavor goes, I can't really taste the difference between a store-bought and these cookies.
So before we do anything, I want to give a massive shout out to the newest member of the Alpha Jug Patreon, Mario Maximo. Mario is not only the newest member of my Patreon, but he's also the newest member on the brand new Thug Jug. We have upgraded, so it looks like we're saying goodbye to the old jug, but should probably finish it off real quick. I'm gonna miss you, friend. I didn't think you would hit that. That's gonna fall on me while I'm sleeping. I am pumped to have a new member of the Patreon. I appreciate every ounce of your support, Mario. Check it out. We got 2 Marios on the jug. The Mario Bros. You know I couldn't pass that joke up. Massive shout out to all of my Patreon members who continue to support the channel. If you're interested in being a part of it, I will have it linked down below if you want to check it out. So for the last year and a half, I've been indulging in what's called the Anabolic diet. I assume most of you already know what that is, but there's some new guys out there. In this video, I'm gonna be taking one of the most popular desserts, one of the most popular snacks. Everyone loves chocolate chip cookies. And in this video, I'm gonna be taking 6 anabolic, high protein, diet chocolate chip cookies, whatever the hell you want to label it as. I'm gonna be making 6 of them today, and I'm gonna be ranking them, reviewing them. I want everyone to comment down below, Natty Jug. Maybe one day Greg's gonna do a Natty or not on the Thug Jug, but only time will tell. But anyways, let's get right into the video. Code Ethan20, 20% off. Link in the description. Help your boy out. Okay, that took a long time. If you guys watched my recent video, the 10,000 calorie French toast challenge, you saw that that took me hours to do. And I was like, you know what, after something like that, I'm gonna hold off on big cooking sprees in the kitchen because that was obnoxious. 1 week later, there might be more cookie recipes out there. I apologize if I did not include you in this video. If there's a bunch more that I just missed, let me know down below. Maybe I'll do a part 2. But we have 6 that we are gonna try, review, and rank. If you guys would be so kind as to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, every ounce of support is greatly appreciated. Okay, so I feel it's only appropriate that we got ourselves a glass of milk, almond milk of course, because we're anabolic. All the recipes and creators will be linked down below so you can check out the recipes. All I'm going to be grading is the taste. Each of these took me no longer than 20 minutes. There's no 2-hour cookie recipe. That would be bullshit. I wouldn't make it. It would get a 0. All of these took me like 20 minutes. They're about the same thing, incorporate most of the same ingredients, aside from a couple things that I will touch on at some point. I'm just going to tell you which one tastes the best. So, disclaimer, I can't bake all 6 different kinds of cookies at once. So to keep things as fair as possible, all 6 cookies have been sitting out for at least an hour and a half. So they're all cool, they've all settled. None of these are like fresher than the others. I just can't bake all 6 at once, let's be honest. Okay, so we are gonna start with Kenny Fisher's Anabolic Chocolate Chip Cookie. First impression, I remember that he only used casein protein. There was no way casein blend. He also used ricotta cheese, so these feel denser. I don't think they're gonna be as cakey. They were like 3 times the size when I pulled them out of the oven. They settled a lot, but anyways, I'm gonna taste each cookie dry, then I'm gonna dunk it in milk, and then I'm gonna try it again. So anyways, Kenny, you are on the hot seat. Cheers. Wow, first thing that really stood out to me was the consistency. It's not very cakey, airy, bready. It's really doughy, it's thick. I can tell the ricotta is very important. He did emphasize it in his video. I'm gonna dunk it in some milk. Cheers again. The milk helps a little bit because it adds a little bit of moisture. However, these were not dry to begin with. They just weren't airy and dry or pancakey, as a lot of people like to throw that term around when it comes to cookies, because there's a lot of pancakey cookies out there. From what I've seen, I haven't made a lot of chocolate chip cookies, which is why I was very excited for this video. This was a really good note to start off on. I'm honestly enjoying the crap out of these. Now, in terms of taste, you get a lot of the butter that he incorporated. That really comes through, and I can tell the ricotta did a lot for the consistency. However, I am getting a little bit of a ricotta taste in combination with the butter, and it's actually really nice, not overpowering. It's pretty subtle. It's kind of accurate. I'm not going to be like, this is a perfect chocolate chip cookie, because it's not, but it's definitely something that I would go out of my way to make again. I really enjoy it. All right, so next up we have the Protein Chef's chocolate chip cookie. First impression is this is pretty light. It's very smooth along the top, so I can tell it's probably gonna be a little bready, a little cakey, but I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. We're gonna try it out first. And just so you guys know, I followed all of the instructions as close as possible, all the baking instructions to the T. So if you're looking at this and saying, oh, Ethan, you overcooked it, no. I followed it as accurately as you can follow it. But anyways, I'm just gonna take a bite. Cheers. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is really dry. He was the only one to incorporate peanut butter, so that peanut butter taste on top of the banana actually come through pretty well, and I really like the taste, but the consistency is not that good. Some almond milk can fix that. This is so dry. It's kind of like hard bread. It tastes pretty good, consistency isn't there. But hey, I mean, I'm glad I can finally try out a Protein Chef recipe, I'm not gonna lie. Confession, guys, that was my first Protein Chef recipe. I know, one of the OGs, one of the GOATs, but I just didn't make anything. And I can't say I was super pleased with the cookie, but I did like how it tasted. Next time around, I'll probably cook it for a few minutes less, then give it another go. Next up, we have Brian Noms 33 calorie cookies. So first impression is it's very thin, like really thin, and it's also pretty hard. It might be a nice crunchy cookie, but I did the best I could. Brian, you are on the hot seat. Cheers. Whoa, I did not expect that at all. Wow, let me dunk that in some milk real quick. Holy crap. When you bite into it, the flavor punches you right in the throat. It's very good. The butter comes through, the sweetness comes through, and maybe it's the saliva in ratio to the cookie. I don't know what it is, but you get a lot of moisture. It doesn't feel like a dry, bready bite. I like the crunch. That was really good. I was very happy with that cookie all around. So Brian's cookie was freaking awesome, right? They're thin, they're small, so you're not getting a crazy volume of them. Obviously, they're less calories, but they'll add up a little bit. Two things I noticed is he was the only one to use cream of tartar, and on top of that, he used a spreadable butter as well as a normal butter. And I don't know chemically what that does. To me, butter's butter. Goes to show the extent of my knowledge, but apparently Brian knows more because these are freaking good. Next up, we got Pernilla Stryker's chocolate chip cookie. Two things I noticed with this recipe. She was the only one to use cornstarch, and on top of that, she used 50 grams of sweetener. I know Brian used 100 of erythritol, but she used Truvia, and I've never seen somebody use that much Truvia, Stevia, Splenda, anything that wasn't erythritol based. So I don't know how these are gonna turn out. Maybe it'll be more like a sugar cookie. I don't know. So the consistency looks pretty similar to the Protein Chef. It looks cakey, it looks a little bready, it's kind of hard, but I don't know until I taste it. So anyways, guys, cheers. So with the amount of sweetener we put in, I expected it to be a little sweeter than it is, but I'm glad it's not crazy sweet. I know I got a crazy sweet tooth, and I know I always talk about that, but 50 grams felt like a little much. I'm glad it's as subtle as it is. Around the perimeter of the cookie, it's bone dry. But once you get towards the middle, you do get a good amount of moisture. The middle tastes at least 2 points better than the ends of the cookie. And I think that just has to do with how they spread in the oven. I followed the cooking time exact and everything else, so this is just the result you're gonna get. All right, let's dunk it in some milk. Oh wow, this one absorbed way more milk than anything I've dunked up to this point. It honestly made a night and day difference. It brought it up like 3 points, if I'm being totally honest. I mess with this way more simply because of the milk. That's why you gotta have milk with your cookies. Who's gonna have a dry cookie? Dunking it in milk made these way better. So let's move on. Up next, we got Remington James's chocolate chip cookie. This is the only one that I saw that incorporated canned pumpkin. A huge cheat code when it comes to adding volume to pretty much anything. All my protein pancakes that I ever make, I throw in like half a can of pumpkin because it just jacks up the volume. I don't know how that's gonna play into the taste of these though. Almost burped. Oh, I will say out of all 6 cookies, this one took the least amount of time. It was probably the simplest to make, but now it is time to try it out. Cheers. So what I'm liking about this already is I'm not tasting any pumpkin. I thought that was gonna screw this up, but it didn't. No pumpkin. This is very similar to Pernilla's in the sense that the perimeter is much drier than the inside. However, overall, it does have more moisture. It is looking pretty cakey in there, but it doesn't feel very cakey. It looks like it, but it actually, when you chew on it, it feels like it's more dense. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of air. Now we dunk it in some milk. So for this one, the milk honestly didn't make any big difference. But like I said, I'm not mad at the consistency. It is a little cakey. It is a little dry around the perimeter, but there is moisture in here. It's not super airy and super light. In terms of taste, it's nothing mind-blowing, but it's much better than I had expected it to be because I was expecting a crap ton of pumpkin, right? It doesn't have a crazy wow factor, but I do enjoy it. Last but not least, we have Flexible Dieting Lifestyles 43? 42, I don't know, low calorie cookie. They're not very big, but I will say right out the gate, they feel the best. The top layer is pretty doughy. It's almost like it's undercooked, but it's not. He said 4 minutes exactly. I pulled it out exactly 4 minutes and I thought they were all undercooked, but once I let them settle, they felt perfect, right? They feel squishy. I can tell they're not gonna be airy or cakey. Zach, you are on the hot seat. Cheers. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. I gotta try that with some milk. Okay, so the milk makes no difference. These are good. These are delicious, honestly. Very doughy. There's no cakey, airy, pancakey feel to these things. This is honestly really close to a chocolate chip cookie in terms of accuracy. For the amount of calories it has, they're not huge, but just for the calories, this is awesome. I love these. It is time to rank all of these cookies, top to bottom. I'm gonna rank them from worst to best as well as grade them from 1 to 10. So anyways, just a disclaimer, man, if I liked it, I'm gonna tell you. If I didn't like it, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be totally honest with my review of each of these cookies. Nothing but love to every single creator that has been involved in this video. I 100% respect you because I know you know the struggle of trying to come up with recipes and make good content. So props to you guys. However, it is that time. So in 6th place, we have the Protein Chef with his chocolate chip cookie. Like I said, the only grading criteria is the taste. I followed all of these as accurately as I could, and I'm grading the result simply as to how it tastes. And after following his instructions, I wound up with a pretty dry, pretty dull tasting cookie. It tasted good. It was just underwhelming in terms of the amount of flavor you got. And on top of that, it was just really dry, honestly. Would I make it again? I'm not gonna say no. I might make them again. The truth is, I would just cook it for less time than he advised in his video. I believe he advised 15 minutes off the top of my head. However, I might have that wrong. But whatever he advised, I'm gonna knock like 3 or 4 minutes off of that, and I'm sure it's gonna taste a little better. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I am gonna give those a 5.2. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. However, they're pretty good. I like the taste. The macros are really good. I just think there's a lot of room for improvement. So moving on. So in 5th place, we have Pernilla Stryker's chocolate chip cookie. What I liked about hers is the whole cookie itself wasn't super moist, but once you got to the middle, it was a pretty good bite, wasn't extremely cakey, and I did like how the flavor kind of hit you because she did use a pretty large amount of sweetener, but I'm no stranger to that. Same deal as the Protein Chef. If I were to make them again, I would just bake them for less time. If you are going to make her cookies, have milk. I am telling you, that made a world of a difference. You dunk that cookie 5 seconds later, it absorbs it like a sponge, adds so much moisture, brings out a lot more flavor. I am gonna give your cookie a 6. a flat 6. Go check out our channel down below. She's got plenty of great recipes, but now it is time to move on. In 4th place, we have Remington James's chocolate chip cookies. I was pleasantly surprised with these because, like I said, I thought I was gonna get an overwhelming pumpkin taste, but I got absolutely none of it. And on top of that, it looked cakey on the inside, but it didn't feel cakey, right? It felt pretty dense. I can tell out of all the 6 cookies, this cookie would probably be the most dependent on chocolate chips. I think chocolate chips will add the most to this one. Like if you were to make it without the chocolate chips, I think it would really knock down a few points. But in terms of the cookie itself, I liked it. I was pretty surprised by how it tasted. I would probably make these again, maybe cook it for a minute or 2 less, but other than that, it was pretty good, pretty well-rounded. I am gonna give this a flat 7 out of 10. So next up, we have Kenny Fisher's chocolate chip cookies. Not a single part of this cookie was dry, right? The ends had a little bit of moisture in them. The inside obviously had more moisture because it's just sitting a little higher in the oven. You get a nice smooth buttery taste that's not super overwhelming, but it's enough to make it taste almost store-bought, right? He also used only casein protein powder. He didn't use any whey, and I'm sure that added to the moisture profile a little bit. Comment down below, do you guys like the word moist? I love that word. Some people are like, don't say that word, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't give a shit. Moist. I love that word. Let me know down below. But anyways, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this cookie an 8. 8.1 on a good day. Well done, Kenny. Okay, so now we are down to the last 2, and I'm torn. Like, look at this. They're 2 totally different cookies. Like, everything about them is polar opposite, minus them being low calorie and small. But I know that this one's gonna simply come down to my mood. I could be in the mood for one, and then I could be in the mood for the other, and that could be the determining factor. So this is tough. Brian, Zach, you guys killed it. You both did a phenomenal job, but I have to pick one. Okay, I just gotta pick one. I think this one is so close because it's gonna come down to what I'm craving at the moment. But right now, I gotta pick somebody. In 2nd place, I'm gonna put Zach. That cookie was delicious. I love how it tasted. I love the amount of moisture it had. I love how approximate you were with the cooking time, where it's like 4:30 is too much, 4:25 is too much, 4 minutes exactly. And I'm like, is it that important? Then I pull it out, I let it sit, and oh my God, bro, that is so good. The accuracy of the taste was pretty impressive. I will 100% be making those again. No doubt about it. I can't think of a real critique for them. I'm gonna give those a 9.3, 9.4. And in number 1, I got Brian's cookies. Those were awesome. Here's the thing. I can't make Brian's cookie a lot, mainly because of the amount of erythritol incorporated in the recipe. But when you let those things sit for a little while, and then you just take a bite, I don't really know how to explain it, but it just has this sensation that's awesome, right? The butter, the sweetness, I loved how those things tasted. Lower calorie than Zach's, however, much thinner than Zach's. About the same diameter. So with both cookies, you're getting a good bang for your buck. Those are excellent recipes. So where I'm gonna rank you on a 1 to 10 scale, I'm gonna give you about the same score, a 9.4, but on like a really good day, where I hit like a PR or something, a 9.5. Massive shout out to every single creator involved for putting out a great recipe that's gonna help us achieve our goals and make dieting that much easier and enjoyable. Go check out everybody, go subscribe to everybody. These guys put in so much work. I love channels that make recipes like this because it lets you enjoy the crap out of your diet. Shout out to you guys are changing lives. Appreciate all the work you put in, but that is it for this video. If you guys have not already, please drop a like and smash that subscribe button. Ring the bell to be notified when I drop more videos like this, and leave a comment if you got a suggestion for a video in the future. Guys, this was so much fun. It took a lot of cooking, but now I have cookies prepped for like the next 5 days. I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Peace.